Sodor is what can be considered a safe haven for all engines. No matter how big, small, young, or old, Sir Tom Had always finds a place for engines that come to his railway. Engines like Oliver are most grateful to be safe. One other engine is Red. After being saved from scrap by Stepney, the little engine has proven himself to be useful, and wouldn't want to be anywhere close to a scrapyard ever again. One day, Stepney had gone off to take a special train. Red was left alone in the shed. He didn't mind though, he had had a busy week anyway.
Reports of strange voices coming from the ironworks. Still no proper explanation or investigation for this case. Oh, it's probably just some children playing games with the workmen. You have to admit, Reginald, people will do anything to get their story in the headlines.
I wouldn't bother with that old place anyway. It's full of machinery and rusted old parts. The workman probably heard something that sounded like a voice. Whatever the case, Stuart, I don't like scrapyards being mentioned.
Oh, Red, won't you ever get over your fear of them? There's only a couple of them on the island. We went past one last week when we had to take the goods down the Brendan branch.
Not those types of areas. The big, industrialized ones, where they have piles and piles of scrapped engines that once worked on railways. Diesels all around. A large piece of machinery that can cut you up into...
Stop it, you chatterbox. Oh, Red, you must understand that Sodor is different from the mainland. We were fortunate that Stepney found us, but have a bigger chance here. Sir Topham Hatt would never allow you to be scrapped. Now, why don't you have a rest? We had a long week of work, and we deserve our break.
Alright. But still, I never want to see any smelters near me at all.
Red's nap was short-lived when a station master walked up to the shed.
Excuse me for disturbing you, Red, but Sir Topham Hatt has some important jobs for you.
Such as?
Well, since Arian Birds still need more repairing, Square and Dodge was supposed to fill in for them until they had some accident at the cement works. I wonder what happened. But anyways, as the other diesels are busy with their own jobs, and the other engines are too, you're the only engine available right now. So you are to collect scrap at Clark's scrapyard to take the ironwork. From there, you'll be shunting trucks in their proper places.
Pardon me, sir. Did you say take scrap to the ironworks?
Why, yes. Is that any trouble?
Oh, no, sir. Certainly not, sir. I can handle it. No problem.
Excellent. I'll make sure to let Sir Topham Hatt know.
Red was looking rather pale as Mr. William returned from his break. He was worried about his engine now.
Are you alright, Red?
I don't think I want to leave my shed, Stuart.
Why ever not? We must be ready in case we have work.
That's the thing. Our work is to go to the ironworks, collecting scrap, taking scrap to be melted and crushed.
Oh, well then. It'll be a good way to stretch your wheels then after sitting here all morning.
But I don't want to go to the smelters. What if I get caught by any diesels?
Stuff and nonsense. You'll be fine, Red. Remember what I told you earlier? Besides, I'll be here the whole time. You won't be alone. It's time you get over your fear. Let's start our work, shall we?
And that was that. Red collected his trucks and started his journey. But the little engine had many things run through his mind. Was Mr. William right about things being different? Will Red be safe at the smelters? And what exactly was going on with those reported voices being heard there? Red snapped back to reality when he heard a horn of a diesel at Elsbridge. It was Mavis, taking trucks of stone.
Hello, Red. You dazed out there for a minute.
I'm fine, Mavis. Thank you. You know, I've never seen you far down the line with a train before.
Toby gave me the honor of taking the trucks to the harbor. Feels good, you know, getting to stretch your wheels as you go down a longer route.
I suppose so.
What about you? Where are you heading with those empty trucks?
Prong scrapyard. Down to the smelters.
Well, don't lose your way then. Stephanie got lost down there once. Poor engine almost got himself scrapped. Thank goodness he was saved.
This made Red feel terribly anxious, and without another word, he steamed quickly out of the station. He then made a stop at a signal at Wellsworth. Bertie the bus was there.
Afternoon, Red. We need to reach some news from the smelters.
About those strange voices? Yes, I know. Mr. William told me about it.
I'm sure it's just a hoax. I'm sticking to the theory that it's a couple of pranksters.
I believe it's an engine who must be safe on smelters. But who knows? It looks like it's a real mystery.
Red didn't reply. He just puffed down the branch line to the scrapyard. Once he arrived, Reg filled his trucks full of scrap, ready to be taken to the smelters.
Easy, Red. We'll finish up this job fast. We'll be back on our line before you know it. Thank you, Reg. Goodbye.
The day seemed to move by fast. As Red entered the line that went to the smelters, the closer he got, the more dark it started to become. The only light he had was his lamp. He got more and more nervous, even after Mr. William tried to calm him down. All Red could reply was,
I won't be scrapped. I will be scrapped. 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 I won't be scrapped. I will be scrapped.
At last, the red glow appeared up ahead, and before he knew it, Red was at the smelters. He puffed slowly ahead. His eyes darted around, looking at everything that reminded him of his time in the scrapyard on the mainland. Red's puffing echoed all around the yard. The trucks, who knew about Red's fear, started to play their games.
Watch out, Red! There's a diesel behind us!
No, there's a ghost about and he's come to haunt us.
Be quiet. Stop that.
Suddenly, a loud clanging and banging noise came. An old boiler had fallen over. Red jumped and his wheel started to turn.
Get me out of here.
Red, stop! We can't go fast here.
Mr. William applied the brakes, but it was too late.
I'm stuck. I can't get out.
That's torn it, hasn't it, Red? We won't be going out anywhere now. I wonder if there's any signal boxes nearby. Perhaps I can phone for help.
You mean you're going to leave me here?
I don't see any other options. We wouldn't want to wait all night. You stay put while I find some help. I'll be back as quick as I can.
And Mr. William went off into the darkness, leaving the little engine behind. A few minutes passed and Red was starting to feel bored. Of course, while he did have the trucks to keep him company, they were done with their jokes for the night. They wanted to get out just as much as Red did. As more minutes passed, the more Red wanted Mr. William to return. He became impatient and nervous. It was all quiet. Too quiet.
Hello there.
What? Who said that?
Over here. Look beside you.
There, next to Red, was an old lorry. It was rusty and dirty. There were smudges all over his face and windows, but he still looked in good shape.
Who are you?
Let's just say that I'm a lorry who used to work on this wretched railway. I was supposed to be sent away because of how I acted, and now I find myself here, in a depressing place. It seems like you've gotten your stuff here too.
You don't say.
I wouldn't worry about it. Things like us just aren't built to last. Eventually we'll all end up here.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying lorries of my kind are going to end up scrapped. I bet those other lorries that came with got scrapped when they were sent back. Only a matter of time before I'm next. You're another example. You're stuck here, likely broken. And once diesels spot the weak, they'll take you away. You'll be cut down and your metal will be used for Lord knows what.
But my driver said that Sodor is a safe railway. Sir Tom Hat would never allow any of us to be scrapped. Diesels won't dare take us steam engines
That's
away.
where you're wrong, Red. Many engines here are old, very old. What will happen if they break down one day? It won't work at all. I don't think there's any choice left but to scrap them for parts. You'll figure it all out once it's your turn.
I don't want to figure it out. Just stop talking to me and leave me alone.
Don't try and avoid the facts. Steam engines on the mainland have been scrapped for years. It's a matter of time before steam engines here are next. You think diesels will reign too, but eventually diesels will become old and then they'll be taken off of service as well. It's a mystery as to what will happen to Sodor in the future. I tried to warn those two Ironworks diesels about it too, but it didn't seem like they were fond of it either.
Wait, you talked to them?
It was then at that moment Red came to a realization.
You're the one behind those strange voices others have been reporting. You have been talking about your stupid nonsense.
It's not nonsense, it's the truth. The future isn't bright. The light at the end of the tunnel will be blocked. Everything you've seen on your railway will be gone before you know it.
Stop. I don't know what you're talking about. You're insane. You need help.
Red was cut off by the sounds of another engine, a diesel engine. It got louder and louder and closer.
Well, little engine, it seems like you'll be finding out what everything I've told you meant. It was nice meeting you. Enjoy these last few moments.
Oh? No, please, stop, please.
Red.
Huh?
It was Boko. He was leaving after making his own delivery.
Oh, Boko. Am I glad to see you here.
I was just finishing up my last load for the night. Didn't expect to stumble across you. What are you doing anyway?
I was, taking scrap here when I derailed along the points ending up here. Then this lorry, right there, he started talking nonsense about the railway's future.
Boko took a glance at the lorry and chuckled in surprise.
Why, I never. It's one of those horrid lorries that came here years ago. They were sent away after causing trouble on the railway. Seems like you were left behind.
And I think I'd rather stay here. Look at the state I am in.
You look in good shape. You just need some repairs and a proper paint job. I'm sure Sir Top Hat would love to see you.
Just then, Duck pulled in with a crane to help. Mr. William was on board, and Red was most relieved to see him back.
Sorry for the wait, Red. There was another derailment by the docks. I had to help clear that first.
Never mind, Duck. I'm just glad help has arrived at last.
While you have that crane, Duck, mind if you can load that lorry on my flatbed? I think we can put him to use.
Sure. If you say so.
Soon Duck had put Red and his trucks back on the rails and had loaded the lorry on Boko's train.
Remember what I said, Red. Don't you forget it.
What did he mean by that?
Nothing important. Can we just leave the trucks and go home?
Of course, Red. I think you've spent enough time here. Let's go, shall we?
A few days later, Ari and Bert were working at the smelters again. The diesels had been working extra hard to keep up with the work they missed. As for the lorry, after it was uncovered that he had been behind the voices at the smelters, Sir Topham Hatt had decided to restore the lorry and put him back to work soon. Red, meanwhile, is as happy as he can be, and is grateful for working on his little line. And between him and Mr. William, they have promised to never go down any large scrapyard again.
I won't be scrapped after all.
Oh,